What is going on? What is going on? It is Cleveland Terry Show, Tech Thursday, and we are trying to just get through this week. We are trying to get through this week. This is a very, very busy week for me, and we can talk a little bit about it when we get some more people in the room. I know how it starts out. It starts out a little slow, and then it builds from there. People are probably shocked that I'm actually on time. But I have to, because I have to get up because I'm expecting packages being delivered. So I have to kind of keep do not disturb on because I can't stand when things are vibrating and people are calling me when I'm doing the show. But also I have to listen for the Ring doorbell. You know what I might do? I'm going to set the Ring up. My dogs are like, they're like a security system. So when they hear the Ring sound, they automatically start barking and run towards the door. So I could probably just keep my phone right outside of the office and they'll hear it and they'll come out because I don't really want it on Do Not Disturb in here. I don't want to miss it, I should say. I'll think about it. I'll figure it out. I'll just keep my eyeballs on it. We are so busy over the next 3 weeks. It's absolutely insane. So we will talk about it. Let's see who's in the chat. I'm not seeing any streams yet. There we go. I see Scott Bowman in the building just now. I am doing well. One of the things I will tell you that I'm not happy with is the fact that we've been so busy that this week I haven't had a chance to work out. I'm very annoyed by this. I know your body can go, a few days without working out, obviously. It's during my COVID time or, sometimes when you just don't want to exercise, you can go months without working out. So I know if I go a couple of days, we're not gonna die, but I got to work out today. I can't work out. We're busy. We're just busy. We'll talk about it. But besides that, even though right now like I said, we're starting out low, it won't pick up probably until about 11 o'clock because that's how you guys work. But put yourself in the chat. Let me know who you are, where you are. I see Logical Styles. I see Scott Bowman. I see Jacob, DJ. I think that's Chachi and DJ V Squared. Let's see here. Well, we can talk about a couple of things. One of the things that happened, besides the fact that I have a ridiculous amount of products being shipped to me yesterday, if you are not following me again on Instagram, you would have missed. I received all of my Everse, well, not all of them, most of them, all of my Everse speakers. All of my EV speakers. So they sent me. Can I do this? Where's my little adapter? Here's my other one. I wonder what will happen if I do this. All right, let's see. Let's see if this works. There we go. So this is, it was raining yesterday. So this is my front door. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's Everse 90s, Everse 70s, the bags, the roller wheels. Can I get bigger? Oh, that's as big as it'll go. Okay. And soon to be coming to me, the Everse 8s, which I never actually got. I never actually received them. So I'm very excited about this. UPS guy was really thoughtful, as you can see, where the rain stops. He put the speakers all around the dry areas. So that's I'm very happy with that man. That man's getting a bonus at the end of the year from me. And I mean, look, it's been my same guy for years. So he's very, very comfortable with the fact that he knows if he's going to my street and my address, he's probably bringing a whole bunch of stuff. There's no way around it. It is what it is. I never get it really shipped to my office because I never know when I'm going to be in my office. So I just get everything shipped here. That's why I have a Ford F-150. As a matter of fact, my Ford F-150 was able to do all of it. All of it. So this entire box of stuff, all of it I could do with my F-150. Obviously, I'm using the back seat, which lifts up, so it becomes its own little bed. But yeah, all fit in. What did they send me? We got some covers that fit perfectly, even though they were technically prototypes because they haven't been released to the market yet. We opened them up. What you could do, not. Oh, do we want to anger some people, some right wingers? Because I think some right wingers were angry last week. It is what it is. I don't care. That's the joy of being a human being. You can think how you want to think. Now, just because I think how I want to think doesn't mean I think poorly of you. And the same thing should apply the other way around. It's very simple. Anyway, so they all fit. I took them all there in the rain. They're fine. People are funny because they were commenting all the time like, "Oh my God, it's in the rain. Are you sure you want to do that?" And blah blah blah. They're going to be damaged. You guys know. First off, speakers can take a little bit of beating, right? I mean, the electrical is pretty covered in a box, and they're always in bags. Any speaker I've ever gotten has been in its own plastic bag that we have to cut open to get to. So they're pretty safe. They're pretty safe. So far, let's see here. We opened them up. If you saw again on my Instagram, we opened them up and we did this thing. We are this. I don't know how far I'm going to go. I don't know how far I'm going to go, but basically, in my studio that I own, we're going to compare. Look, we've already compared, but I didn't shoot the video. I always like to hear things before I shoot the video. But what I compared so far, QSC 12.2s, 118. Maui 44G 2s. What else? I'm for shits and giggles, I will compare the LD 28G3 to go along with it, which is not a comparison. I will say, this is what I will say so far. What my thoughts were initially when I heard them at NAMM and then heard them again, what my thoughts were initially was, I believe that the 70s are a better sounding version of the Maui 44 G2s. That was my opinion right off the bat. And I'll tell you later when you watch the video. I will tell you this. I'm not giving any details. Okay. I'm not going to do that to you. I wonder if I can get a sound test in tonight. When I have to go to the office. Let's see if we'll get a sound test in tonight. I will tell you this. First off, spoiler alert. Okay. They're excellent sounding speakers. They really are excellent sounding speakers. Some things that surprised me, some things that I wasn't surprised about, and some things that I was like, oh shit, like really? So I will not release this video until I take them outside. It's one thing to do. I mean, I'll do the sound test video, but I'm not going to do the actual video review until I'm outside. I have 2 venues. I'll probably do the 90s and the 70s as separate reviews. And there's only one reason why I have to do it this way. I have an event tomorrow with about 175 people, but I have an event next Saturday at it's at the Four Seasons. It's actually a soundstage, and it was actually Oprah Winfrey's soundstage. And she built one in Westlake Village, which is right around the corner for me, when she's out in LA. Now she has since sold it back to them and left. But that soundstage was originally for her. Anytime she came down, she could do something with it there. Probably instead at the Four Seasons because she's Oprah Winfrey. So whatever. So that soundstage has been the great equalizer of every speaker we've ever used. Every speaker we've ever used, that's been the equalizer. For whatever reason, this venue will show any weaknesses of your speakers. Any weaknesses. So that is the place that my partner fell out of love with. The Bose 132s with the sub 2s on there, the L32s. That was the first one. He had those in, and he was like, it got eaten alive. So then the next one was the Maui 44s, G2s, and he said they were fine. They weren't great. They were fine. So this is the great equalizer, this venue. So that's why I'm waiting for next Saturday with the EV90s, specifically the 90s, to be able to say, if it's good or bad, because that's going to tell me. Not so much is it good or bad. I don't want to say that. That's the wrong word. I guess what I'm saying is it'll tell me just how good and how confident I can be in a column array in a big ass room. That's the thing. So, we will be doing, so let's see here. First room 175. That's Saturday. Second room is at the sound stage on the following Saturday. And then that Sunday, we have another event. That's that one I'm not worried about. It's a smaller ballroom. So I'm not really worried about that. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting next couple of weeks. But if you guys can be patient, you will get a conclusion, a full review by a week and a half from now. A week and a half. But I will do this. I will do the shootout, the sound shootout. I will do that. If not today. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because, I'm so busy. Okay, so this weekend, what do we have here? So we have, and these are all high profile clients. Okay, and I'll actually tell you about what I just purchased and also what happened to me last week. But this weekend in particular, tomorrow, we have a lighting install for can't say names of people, but we have a lighting install for a particular client, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now she wants a full-on AV tech to be there running the lights the entire time. That's not a big deal. When she first sent it to me, it was just, they do this. Can your lights do this? So I've been working on those, and we got it all going on. Now she's adding more and more and more. Okay. That's Friday. And we're doing AV for the live performance. Saturday Saturday, we have 2 LED walls, 2 different places, 2 LED walls. So one of the things we had to make sure is that we had enough stuff, not the panels, but the actual like cabling and all that stuff that you can forget about. And then you're setting up the wall like, where's my connection? Oh, we're out. I got burned last week. That's why I'm saying this. Like I literally got burned last week. So 2 LED walls tomorrow, plus the, let's see here. Tomorrow we are in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 9 events. 9 events. 2 of them. One's in San Francisco. Last week we were in Arizona. So 9 events, 2 LED walls, cryo, cold sparklers, 2 360 booths, and then all the other equipment. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" And you're doing all this, and you're absolutely right. I'm incredibly blessed to be. They're overseas, Richard. Overseas. They don't have names. I am incredibly blessed to be able to do this. Now, blessed is a relative term because obviously there's work involved and things don't happen even if you're blessed unless you have the will to create a better company. That's just the way it works. So but it's busy. It's really, really busy. Sometimes I just sit back and think, I can't believe we built this. Sometimes, because it's insane. It's insane. Yeah, blessed and stressed is correct. So last week, everything went well, except for one little thing, which happened to be a big thing, but not the end of the world thing. So last week, my roadie guys arrived late to pick up equipment. And then when we got there, all of the loadout was pretty difficult. It was going to take a little more time. Needless to say, cocktail hour was in the same room. And I was working the video wall, but everything was fine. And then I plugged in my computer, MacBook, my M1 MacBook Pro, this guy right here. I plugged in my computer, and the wall wasn't configured properly. My guys ran a loop when they ran the data patches. They ran a loop, so that's why it was confused. So when it opened up, I'm like, oh, let me just turn off the thing. So I hit something. I don't even know what I hit. I thought I hit dismiss. Anyway, I hit something on my MacBook, and then I disconnected it. No problem. Went to plug it back in. When I tell you, the processor would not see the computer. Would not see the computer. Would not see the computer. I reset the thing 40 times, reset the PRAM, followed everything. I mean, one of the problems with any type of computer nowadays is they're getting smarter and smarter, and they're removing the easy to get to places that you used to be able to see easily. You hold the option and it'll turn to, rescan for devices. I did all of that. It just would not connect. Now I say that because I'm, using the same thing right now, and look, all good. So that day, and I don't know if you guys ever dealt with when your computer just doesn't want to cooperate. Maybe it could be like an SD card or a thumb drive. something you've plugged in and all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to see that today. Like it's a female, like it's emotional. I don't want to see that today. So here's the thing. I will tell you what sucked, and then I will tell you how we resolved it. So here's the thing. All of the media, because when you're dealing with like Resolume and 4K content, you really have to run it off your computer. It's going to run best off your computer, not from an external hard drive. This isn't like DJ stuff where you can just, oh, it's fine, I'll drag it in and it puts it in the cache. And that's not how it works on these things. Like you really do need the media on your computer. So all the media is on this guy. Fortunately, I have a backup. I always bring a backup computer with me. And the backup is a PC. Nothing wrong with the PC. Great graphics card. It's a great computer. But no media on that computer, or very little media. No custom media from what I did. That's on me. That's oh shit, next time make sure you have it on both computers. Problem solved. But no custom stuff like the graphics that the client sent me, all the video stuff, all that. Nothing's on that PC. But it is reading on the processor. So, okay, we'll start there. Fortunately, I had, USB drives, and the most important thing I had was my external drive. I had recently just made a backup of my LED wall folder and put it on an external just in case. And so as soon as I plugged it in, it's USB-C, but it's slow. I was using a T7, which is still a good thing, but not when you're dealing with 4K resolution and you're not dragging and dropping and keeping it. I didn't have time to drag everything over and then reconfigure. So I ran everything from the drive. That's why I'm telling you, you really shouldn't run it from the drive unless you're running like full on, SSD and high performance, like Thunderbolt 3 type cables to get in there. Okay. So I had to literally redo all the graphics, everything on the fly, basically during cocktail. So we were like, for like 20 minutes of the cocktail, the wall was black because I couldn't put anything up there, because I hadn't configured everything. So we got it up. But because now I'm using the PC, things like my MIDI controller are not configured, and I don't have time to MIDI map anything to get all that stuff done. So I'm running Resolume right off the computer, just literally with fingers. I've been doing it long enough. I made it work. So the client, party planner, were happy. They were a little annoyed about the fact that they told me cocktail was not in that room, and then everybody came into that room. So go figure. We gave him a little money back just for the fact that it was off during cocktail. Not a big deal. It's more us thing. Like, you know what? We're just going to do this just because that's on us. So we gave the money back. But I have been talking about this, and you guys know I've been talking about this because I brought it up before. I said, as much as I love my M1 MacBook, which I do, it's been a great MacBook, especially for DJing. Like, there's no reason that I need to upgrade this computer right here. No reason at all. If I'm just DJing. All right. But if you are running high performance LED walls and you're running multiple walls and multiple panels, and you're doing a 4K resolution on the panels, guess what? You absolutely have to have something. I mean, and if I had an M1 Max, maybe it'd be a different story. But I have an M1 Pro because I bought the 14. So the worst part of this conversation is I did a thing and bought a whole new computer. So I bought the one thing that's bothering me, but there's a plus and a minus. So I bought a 16, which means I'm going to have more screen real estate, but it's going to be a bigger computer. A little annoyed by that, but it's a necessary evil. So I bought, let's see here. I bought a 16 M4 Max with a 4 terabyte hard drive, 64 gigs of unified memory. I mean, that's it. That's it. Space black. It's a beast. It's a beast of a computer. I thought about going PC for a minute, but I was like, I don't really want to go PC. I don't want to go PC. And I didn't even think that for some reason, when you do some stuff and you're working and you think you're a smart person, and then somebody tells you something and you're like, oh my God, why am I so stupid? Like, I literally feel stupid because I've been carrying around technically 3 computers. So I have the red one that I got, the DJing one. I can't think of the name right now. It's not a problem. You guys know the computer I'm talking about, but no graphics card. So I've been using that computer to configure my wall. Okay. It's PC. Just plug it in XMG. Thank you, DJ Mac Attack. Just plug it in. And I'm thinking, oh, well, that's right. That's a reason why I have to keep the PC around. No, I don't. I don't have to keep the PC around because I'm on Reddit and the guy's like, oh, well, why don't you just run a virtual machine? Oh my God. Why don't I just run a virtual machine? I am so dumb. And I've run virtual machines all my life. And for whatever reason, I never stopped to think I could just run a virtual machine and configure it. I only use it to configure the panels. Why didn't I think of that? I felt so dumb. So dumb. So I will only need 1 computer. I'll run a virtual machine. I got 4 terabytes. I can run fucking 4 computers on that damn thing. But virtual machine just for that, work it out, be done with it. I can just keep that on the side. Now I only need 1 computer. This computer right here, this computer will be cloned off of I'm going to clone it to the Mac. It's supposed to come today. So I'm going to clone it to the Mac today that way. And then I will keep at a minimum, the LED wall stuff completely up to date. That way, if something happens to that computer or whatever, or let's say I need to run 2 or whatever, I can just pop this on and do that. Anyway, so I am sad. I'm sad that I'm moving from my 14. But I'm excited to see what this beast can do. I'm really excited. Everybody has been saying that it is like, I didn't upgrade from M2 or M3 because there wasn't a need, but the M4 supposedly is like, it's the one that's getting everybody buying new computers again. So I'm excited. It's supposed to come today. That's why I'm at home for this, but that's why I'm at home. After that computer comes, I'm going to take off. I don't know what it is about people in this world. My family and friends do not know my schedule. My wife's like, oh, I forgot my keys. Can you leave the door open? You up? Every Thursday, I have my show. On my show, babe. But now I have to make sure that the door is unlocked. So just pause for half a second here, guys. I will be right back. Right back. I got nothing for you. Hey, how's it going? Oh, thank you for answering the door. You guys available on July 1st? Yeah, we're available. Do you have a brochure I can take a look at? Here you go. This all looks good. Can you send me out a contract? Here's your contract. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, see here. Just go ahead and sign it and send it in your deposit. Okay. Are you gonna sign it? If you need to take some time, go ahead. Just send it in when you're ready. All right, thank you. Hey, sorry I took a little while, but I'm finally ready to sign the contract. So if you can just send me. Yeah, we are no longer available for that date.
You're not available? Sorry. Well, can you recommend another DJ?
Okay, so someone said, so Matthew, what's going on, Matthew? Good to see you. You'll create standards of procedures for the video wall with contingencies and troubleshooting tips that include the VM. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, unfortunately, for most things in life, you're not going to get better until mistakes happen. You start something, you're like, oh my God, everything's perfect. And every party is everything just fine. And then all of a sudden the thing happens and you're like, oh, I never thought about that. Did you just start? Oh no, I started at 10:30. Come on, man. Just like we always do. So, DJ McAtag, excuse for a handheld gaming PC like Legion Go. I mean, I wish. I used to love playing video games. I'm the video game generation. We started this. And when I tell you, every time, and my son has the Xbox S, whatever, the newest one, the white one. I still have the old Xbox, what do they call it? Just Xbox, not the 360, the one above it. Anyway, I use that on occasion. Every time I plug it in, now turn it on, I get annoyed. I could be sitting and watching a movie, but if I turn on the Xbox, I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time on this? Oh, yeah, the Xbox. Yeah, exactly. He's got the Series X. Yeah, he's got that one. I have the one right before it. Anyway, I know it's dumb. I know we're able to play and do what we want to do. But for whatever reason, that particular thing, I'm like, nope. This is not a good use of my time. And I love sports games. Okay. Sports games are my thing. Like the Metal Gear Solids, the Gears of War, like all that stuff. I played when I was younger and I loved playing them, but those are major time sucks. And the games I love are like football. I'll play Madden. I'll play NBA Live, because I can play one game and be fine. I can turn it off after one game. You playing like Gears of War or Metal Gear Solid, you're going to take a while. You're going to take a while before you get there. You know what I mean? So I need games that have like definitive cutoffs. I play one game, cool. Can I play another game? I can play one more, play another one. I'm done. It's dumb. Like I said, but yet I can sit on the couch and watch an entire movie and think that's fine. There's absolutely no difference. No difference. My son, I mean, we have all the games and stuff, and he's got all the games, and like the last full game that I played was probably like either The Last of Us or one of the last Uncharted. That was probably the last game that I played like all the way through. Besides that, I'm playing sports games. But you're supposed to have time to relax. This is a thing. And if I'm watching a movie, it's the same thing. But for whatever reason, feels different. Not sure why. Maybe it's because if I'm watching a movie, say maybe I'm watching DJ Ladies Love Capricorns. When I'm watching, what's going on? When I'm watching a movie, maybe I'm watching it with my wife, we're watching a show or whatnot. Like that's still working towards something. You're working on your relationship, things like that. But I feel like if you're playing video games, you've completely like disconnected from everybody and you're like, this is just for me and me only. I'm ignoring everybody now. So yeah, the standards and procedures will definitely be a thing. Well, the problem with my work-life balance is I don't have the balance is the problem, because if I only had the DJ company, Okay. If I only had the DJ company, I would absolutely be able to do a lot more, but that's not all I have. I got the DJ company. You know, obviously we all have families. Got the family. I got the YouTube thing. Like there's a lot of things that are always on my plate. If I didn't have the YouTube thing, I'd probably have more time. Anyway, so back to the walls and stuff. So yeah, so this weekend, full light install, and I see DJ TJ says, Aaron the DJ, what's going on, fam? Do you charge less for AV services opposed to DJ services? Is that the same thing? Nonprofits in my town always want free, cheap AV services. Any thoughts? Okay. Okay. So if you're only doing AV services, like they come in and they say, hey, I need a mixer and 2 microphones and 2 speakers. We're going to use it for 4 hours. I need a guy to be there, a tech to be there. You're going to charge less than you're DJing, because remember, the DJing part of your business is the talent. Okay. The AV part of your business is basically just service based. Okay. Talent always charges more than service. Service is the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying. Because you're essentially a glorified like roadie. Okay. So talent always costs more than the roadie does. All right. So if you're doing it, maybe you charge, I don't know, like I'm giving you just ballpark numbers. Like if I was doing a sound or whatever and they needed something for a couple hours, you know, I'd probably charge $500. You're charging for the pieces that you are taking with you, depending on how much it is. You know, maybe you have a package of like, oh, we'll do 2 speakers. You do 2 speakers. We'll do, you know, a microphone's included, a mixer's included, and a tech operator to be there the entire time to monitor. So then they'll say, oh, wait, we need 4 mics. Okay, well, 4 mics is going to cost you more. Wait, we need a couple more speakers. Okay, that's going to cost you more. Oh, wait, we have a band. Okay, that's going to cost you more. So you're now basically itemizing where if you're talent, you can go, hey, oh, you want me to DJ? It's $1,000. Yeah, but it's $1,000 for my talent. You see what I'm saying? So it's just different. And you don't have to qualify talent, if that makes sense. Talent is relative. So if you believe that your talents are worth $2,000, you can say $2,000. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to pay it, but there's no way to quantify talent. But you can quantify, okay, I need a mixer, I need 2 speakers, and I need 2 microphones. How much? What? $2,000? But I just called the rental place and it costs this much, you know? So you're charging for a setup and delivery, you're charging to run it, and then you're charging just for the individual pieces or create a package, whatever. So yes, you're typically going to charge less. Now I say that because, like the light install we're doing tomorrow, it's not our biggest light install. We're only doing like really like dance floor and everything, but we still charged a good deal of money. Like we charged more than we would charge just for like, you know, the DJ that was there because of how much stuff they did. She just called me talking about, hey, I need a tech for the night too to run it. I'll pay you for that. So now I'm going to charge her $500 for the tech guy to be there running the lights. So that's what I would say. All right, let's see here. Thought I saw another question. Game. Oh, this is so true. You know, everybody's successful, but you work your ass off. Like I said, I work more in this job than I ever worked at a desk job. Ever. It's more rewarding, obviously, but I work a shit ton. And one of the things that My partner and I were just talking about this, and then we were sitting in the warehouse thinking we need a bigger warehouse. Like the first thing we're looking around, like we don't have any more room. We've built out. Now we've built out because of the things that we're doing now. You know, the LED walls, the lighting installs, full lighting. I'm not talking about, oh, here's some uplights, you know, I'm talking like table spots and gobos and projectors and anything and everything under the sun. You know, I'm talking about that kind of stuff. So takes up a lot of space too, because you can't just buy just enough. You have to buy a shit ton more, because you get there and party planners are funny. You'll get to the party and they're like, oh, you know what'd be really cool? If we could do and you're like, okay. And you can go back to the truck and grab what they need and then send them a secondary invoice. Like that's what you want. You know, you do just enough. You're like, this is all I can, but I can do more. But the LED walls take up a shit ton of room. And even they're stacked, but you can't stack on too high because they're LED walls. You know, you got to be able to take them up and take them off the thing. LED walls take a lot of space. The lighting takes a lot of space. Plus you got to keep charging areas for them. So you have to have stations so you can charge all the lights and all that stuff. The speakers take up a lot of space, and we just got 2 new sets with the Evolve 90s and the 70s. So, we are out of room, but we're like, we can absolutely get a bigger place because the walls are going on. We're about to buy an LED floor, you know, if we can find one that hasn't tariffed us to death. Right now, the overseas market, I'm a little concerned because shipping is insane. I'm not doing a forklift. We don't have space for a forklift. Thank you. When we're in a warehouse that big, yeah, we'll get a forklift, but that's not us. That is not us. So what was I saying? Yeah. So we're about to buy a floor. We started looking at prices yesterday, and we looked at prices, you know, last year. Shipping on these things is stupid. Shipping right now, on the LED panels for the floor is more expensive than the panels themselves. And I don't mean just a little expensive. I mean, oh my God, that's a car. Like it's like those kind of prices. So we're still looking into that. We might have to wait until, you know, he decides to be nice for a day. Thank you, Verse. Thank you. I'll contact Zaldi. See, I mean, trust me, a lot of times when people want to sell their floors, it's because they're upgrading their floors. And I don't want to go to a floor that has all the baggage of those older technologies. That's the problem. Like right now, the newer floors, they're all magnets. Literally, it's just click, 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 and you're done. They're more expensive, but that's some stress that does not exist. Having to connect data cables and make sure and run them. I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather pay the money. So yeah, there should be Mac Attack. There should be. You hear what I'm saying? Like there should be. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like people are taking advantage of the fact that the tariffs are coming, and they've just gone ahead and raised their shipping rates across the board. Now, that's just money they're going to make. So we're still working on it. That's the issue. We even looked at, we're like, fine, we'll buy name brand, and even the name brand stuff. I'm like, now we're getting close to the same price. And anyway, we'll figure it out soon. You know, we'll wait until we find the best opportunity, because I really don't want to spend, no lie, $25,000 in shipping. Could have been 23.5, but I'm not exaggerating. Over $20,000 in shipping alone. That sounds insane. Yeah. That part. Gotta start a factory. Yeah, I'll just build a factory in good old California. That'll be affordable. I could fly to China, take one square, fly home, and do that 30 times, and it would probably be cheaper. Yeah, I know they'll work me a deal, Scott. I will. I'm checking all avenues. In all honesty, all avenues. We will figure it out. But yeah, that was just yesterday. Talk about sticker price shock. But that one was from AliExpress. So now we're on Alibaba, and we're going through them instead, because a lot of times they're far more flexible, and they'll negotiate and they'll absorb stuff just to get it done, So we'll get there. Let's see here. Years ago, when I was in the supply chain, you don't even want to know how much container fees were. Yeah, I get it. Okay, let's see here. Okay. DJ, I think it's Scowl. It says, do you charge for mixing during cocktail hour instead putting a playlist? Okay. This is a relative question. And for me, it's not something that I can give you a definitive. So this is, if, say, for instance, everything's in the same room, okay? And they're like, oh, can you DJ for the cocktail? I'm not charging them for that. Sure, whatever. If the system is in another room and they say, can you DJ? Well, the argument is, well, I don't have a DJ setup for that room. So yes, now I have to charge you because I have to charge you for the DJ setup, and now for that extra setup and for the person that's doing it. Okay. If I'm in the same room, I'm not going to charge them. I think it's petty. I don't want to nickel and dime my clients, but if they force me to bring more equipment, then the negotiation table opens up again. You get it? So, and there's certain things, if they had said to me, hey, let's say it's a 5-hour party. Let's say they paid for 4 hours, and then they're like, hey, can you DJ cocktail? And you're like, sure. And I said, okay, well, if the kids or if the people want to dance, just let them dance. Red flag. Now I'm going to charge you. But if they just want background music, I don't have a problem with that. Okay. Did you test the Evolves yet? I tested a little bit. Do you guys really want a review off of 3 hours testing? Come on, man. Is that what we do here? You missed the first part where I talked about it. I have three events over the next week and a half, starting Saturday, where I have the opportunity to use those. One in a medium room, one in a large room, and one in another medium room. So we're going to test the 90s first. I don't need venture capital. You guys are just saying things right now. I don't need venture capital. I don't want to spend $30,000 when I don't need to. That's all I'm saying. We have the money. I just don't want to spend in excess. Venture capital is not going to fix that. You get what I'm saying? I think people forget sometimes that venture capital is not the holy grail. You still have to pay. If you get venture capital from somebody, you got to pay them. Now they're a part of your partnership. Why would I want to do that if I don't need to? That doesn't make sense. Now, if you want to set up a line of credit and that kind of stuff, that's fine. We do that stuff, but I'm still not going to, if my line of credit was $1 million, okay, I'm still not spending $30,000 to start a factory. Stop. I don't want to do that. You guys always love telling me what to do. Start a factory. Do you think it's just that easy? Start a factory and sell some stuff. I have no product. I got nothing to sell right now. I just have my name. There's no guarantee my product's gonna sell. Come on, guys. Come on. Not yet. No, maybe in another entrepreneurial experience, but not. There's no way. There's no way. What product would I sell? That's the question. No, you're all good, Hidden. All good. Icon in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. The LED tiles. See, I appreciate how you're thinking, Stream Paint. I appreciate how you're thinking. But it's not that easy. Just to decide, I'm going to get a venture capitalist. I'm going to build LED floors because we know the market is so great for LED floors. You get what I'm saying? I would still have to build it not in California. It would have to be somewhere else. And everybody's getting tariffed right now because we're in America, which is crazy. And Rick is not Rick. Rick has a partnership. He doesn't own those. He has a partnership. I'm not calling Rick out. More power to him. Just work it out, make it happen, be the American representative of both lighting. Good for him. Good for him. But it's not his. It's not his. And I don't even know what level is actually, how he makes his money. I don't really care. More power to him. But it's not his. It's not his. If I'm going to do something, it would not be LED floors. That would be, that doesn't have the upside that I'd want it to, in all honesty. Because LED floors, LED panels, all these things have a very high cost to enter, which is why most people don't do it, because of the initial cost. So you're already losing out on a lot of like regular people because of that. That's why they came out with them shitty ass, iMag columns. Hey, get yourself a couple of these. Get yourself a couple of these. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the market I'm trying to be in. If I'm going to do so, okay. Here's my world. If I'm going to do anything that involves investing, I want to see a return on my investment relatively quickly. I'm not getting into a business where I have to wait 5-10 years to make my money back. No. Look, like I said, I more power to Rick. I have never even taken the time. Oh, I gotcha. Thank you, Biggie. I've never taken the time to really understand what he's doing exactly. Never. But that alone right there would turn me off to doing something like that. That alone. Now to him, more power to him. And he's making it work. He's making it work. So good for him. Good for him. Me personally, if I'm going to do it, I got to own it. I got to own it. And I mean, own it. Not just be like, Amazon dropship. Like, to me, I need more than that for me to get into it. What he's doing is fine. But for me to get into it, it would need to do more. Okay. So there's two things. There's one thing that I won't do. My partner's been trying to do it for years, and I fight him on it every time. And that is furniture, lounge furniture, tables. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Oh, what do you mean? I don't want to do that. And there's a simple reason why I don't personally want to do that, because I've seen way too many furniture companies come in, set up, and I'm looking at the product and I'm like, there's dirt scuffs here. This is scratched. There's a little cut on the bottom here. And in my mind, and my stuff needs to be perfect. And party planners are so meticulous with attention to detail. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. So that's why I have not. But the floors, the only reason why we need to buy the floors is because it's a natural solution when you have the LED wall. People are always like, oh, we have the wall. Do you have the floor? Well, we're, maybe be the one-stop shop for everything. I mean, we have literally the only thing left for us to sell that's of value is dance floors and furniture. Everything else is just a combination of that. But I just can't. Caesar. I'm sorry. Cess in the city. Thank you so much for the super chat, fam. I appreciate you. You're paying for my daughter's bat mitzvah. Thank you so much. Honestly. And I saw one more come through earlier. Where'd it go? Maybe I can do it by this. I think it went away. I think somebody sent in $1.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't see who sent it, but I honestly appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. So there's certain things I want to do. TD's in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. Yeah, there's certain things I want to do. And there's certain things that I'm like, that's a level of stress that I don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? I mean, we're doing well in the LED walls. We're doing well in the lighting installs. And again, look, and we're able to do it. One of the things, I've said this before, but I'll say it again for the new people in the room. The reason we're able to be successful is because we can leverage the success of the DJ company. So when and I know that Matthew said this, I'm going to say this myself. So when we first start off simple, okay? When we first started selling, Eastwest, thank you so much. Eastwest, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. When we started selling photo booths, we didn't have photo booths. We partnered up with a team. They started doing our photo booths. We put them on our brochure, so we were able to see the amount of photo booths, the interest that people had. Okay. While we're paying this guy, and we kept him on for a year. It wasn't like it was like one time. We kept him on for a year. While we were paying this guy, we went from, he was doing every photo booth for us, like every, 2 weeks doing a photo booth for us. Then they caught on. Then it became, now we have a secondary photo booth. Okay. We bought that secondary photo booth and we used his and we used ours. We used ours first and then we used his overflow. Then we bought a second booth. Now he's the third person, so on and so forth. That's good business. That doesn't leave you financially, in perils. In my opinion, you do what you want. So we did the same thing with that. We did the same thing with, the lighting is kind of the bite the bullet thing, but you have to get in with your party planners because lighting comes from two places. Okay. Two places, either lighting installs. I'm talking full lighting installs. Either it comes from, party planners that want to work with you or cheap clients that don't want to pay for party planners and all that stuff. The middle client, it's very hard to get into because that middle client typically will have their own party planner. They will run their thing. So if you don't have a relationship with that party planner, you'll sell all the stuff and they'll come in like, oh, sorry, we don't need that anymore and got rid of it. So it's best to lock in with party planners and then get the low hanging fruit with those clients that don't have a lot of money, but they still want a nice looking room. Okay. So maybe that client you were charging, maybe that low end client you were charging $3,500 for, and now you can charge an additional $1,200 to $1,500 just for the lighting. So you're going to make your money. So it becomes more profitable. LED wall. We didn't even look into getting the LED walls, and we could have outsourced and then just took some money off the top and then slowly did that. But we were like, well, this one of the party planners says, I have seven walls. I mean, 7 walls. I have 3 walls for you in the next 2 months. So we were like, okay, 3 walls. You charge this fee. It costs this much. We'll basically pay for half of it. So, we bought the walls, and this is where I will tell you the upside and the downside. We bought the walls, and, the lady was able to book one. So that was the one that was in May of last year. Her other 2 didn't come through. So because of that, upside and downside, because of that, we struggled through the summer. Summer's our dead time. Okay. But we had spent so much money on the walls because we bought enough to be able to do 2 walls independently. We struggled. It was like 30 grand. Okay. So all of a sudden the money, because there's no money coming in July. It's like, we're like teachers, like literally the money just stops coming in. It got to a point where we had to like offer like price breaks if you pay in July. And we started moving clients that were normally like in August. We started moving their dates back because we're like, we got to have some money coming in. Like it goes dead in July. So it hurt us bad. And we were like, okay, we can't do that again. But literally during the summer when we're starting to book stuff, all of a sudden we booked, September had like 3 walls. October had a couple of walls. November had 2 walls. We had a wall. We had a couple walls in January. What are we in? March? We had a wall in February. And now this month in March, we're going to do 5 walls. 5 walls in March. Now, all of these things I'm saying is you don't know what you're going to have, but as soon as I put the wall, one example of us running a wall on our brochure, one example. Oh, you have a wall? 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 Just like that. So, that's the leverage. You do good work on the DJ side. You show these people and these party planners that you know what you're doing and that you're professional and you know everything. When you get new stuff in, they don't hesitate to try you out. And then, for instance, I had a super high-end party planner that has like different level planning. So they do like super high-end and they always have a very specific person that runs their walls. Okay. They're very, very good. Okay. So this isn't about me talking shit or trying to slam. They're very good. They deserve every dime they get and they charge more for their walls because they're very, very good. Great. We weren't there yet. We're still not there yet. We're coming close, but we're not there yet. So our prices were lower. We're lower. Not ridiculously lower, but lower. And so they have a secondary market for all those people that want this top level, but can't afford like a $250,000, client retainer. Like that's a shit ton of money. So they have the lower clients. That client, she has multiple party planners under that. They book our wall every single week. Just yesterday, I set up contracts for DJ services, wall install and lighting install, and on 2 different events. 2 different events. So it's just becoming a thing. But you have to show people that you know what you're doing. You have to show people that you can do it and you can do it well. You get what I'm saying? And once you do that, it just opens up the door. People talk, they tell everybody. Everybody wins. And you got to do it when you're ready, which is why I'm the one that's doing all the walls. I'm the foreman that's in charge when we do the lighting installs. Like all of these things, it's me. I have barely been DJing because I'm running this other department that we have now. I love DJing, but I love making money too. And at a certain point, things might have to change. And if I can take this AV side and literally double our sales, that's more money in my pocket and more money for my family. Because I've already said there's a lot of people out there that hire, there's a lot of people out there that, hire their DJs and they may or may not pay them well. We pay our DJs well. So our packages, we make profit on every package, obviously, but I know for a fact that we make less profit than some other companies, because a lot of other companies pay their employees crap. We don't. We make sure that we pay them well enough that they don't want to leave. Why? This is a dumb fight. If they're valuable to you and they're making your job and your life easier and they're putting out a great product every time, pay the people. Now, there are limits. There are ceilings to every position that you have. But if they're giving you the maximum, pay them the maximum. It's only going to help your company in the long run. Yeah, that week might be, oh wow, we had to spend so much in payroll and expenses, blah blah blah. Okay, but 5 months from now, when that one party generates 30 more parties, do you see the benefit? And that's the thing. I think people are very short-sighted. I need to make my money now. I'm like, no, we will make our money back. Everything we do, because we're not going to do something that's just going to burn through money. Everything we're going to do, I like to make my money back in 3 rentals if I can. 3 rentals. Whatever I buy, 3 rentals. So if I buy a 30 more uplights, 30 might be. I want to make the money back in 3 rentals, if possible. That's why I buy overseas, so that's possible. Couldn't do that with the Chevets. One Chevet box of 9 cost me like $3,500. So it's going to take a little longer. If you think of probably uplight rentals go out, maybe you're charging anywhere between, I don't know, $350 to $500, depending on the amount on average. Like next week, we have 60 uplights going out. Like that is a shit ton of uplights. That's going to make good money. And all we're doing is literally dropping uplights on the floor. So that's going to make good money. But yeah, about 3 times. 3 times I want to get it paid for. Every photo booth we've bought, it cost $1,500 to $2,000 for the shell. Maybe another, $600-700 on the iPad. So what is that? $2,700 software, 27, give or take, extra little products here and there, cost a couple hundred. Let's just say $3,000. $3,000. Okay. But then you charge $800 to $1,000. Oh, and a printer too, which printer will cost you somewhere between $600 to $800. So you charge $800-900 for a photo booth. And maybe if you do the printer option, maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $1,200. That's 3 times. After 3 times, it's pretty much pure profit besides having to buy media and, ink and all that stuff. 3 times. Anything longer, and then I have to question if it's worth it or not. Honestly. Or if it's like, we do one every month or every 2 months, I question that. But so the LED walls was a big ass question. A big question. But that's when you have to just follow your gut. And if your gut says, well, somebody's doing these walls every week and we're going to parties every single weekend and there's a wall there. So somebody's making money. I don't want all of it, but I want some of it, especially if they're on our parties and somebody's booking walls and we're just going there and setting up in front of it. Why aren't we tapping into this market? That's dumb. So that's why. And then the next thing is doing walls for other people, meaning for other party planners, like that are outside. Once we start doing lighting installs and walls outside of our parties, the sky opens up. The sky opens up. That's the key. And that's what we're shooting for. because I want to have walls going out to my clients and other people's clients. And in all honesty, that's its own business. Easily its own business. It's actually a higher profit margin to do walls than to do DJing. In all honesty, it's pretty much a higher profit margin to do anything. if you're a one man, different story. But if you're a multi-op, the profit margins are higher for the other things, because talent, as we said in the beginning of this show, talent costs more. Talent costs more. I feel like I'm landing a plane sometimes. When they tell me 60, sometimes I'm like, you can't make LED walls the standard. They cost too much money. They cost too much money. I would love to, but they cost too much money. And a lot of people's buy-ins, can you hear this? Let me shut this down. And a lot of people's buy-ins start relatively low. Anyway, but that would be cool. I mean, we might make a all encompassing package. Oh, and speaking of LED walls, I just set up with another company that does LED walls, LED floors that are willing to work with us, and we can rent them out and just, take our name, and they charge a certain fee. We make like $1,500 off the top, and we don't do anything but have them come there. So we'll probably do that for the time being, just because we don't have the numbers yet for LED wall installs to be able to say, you know what, let's go spend another $30,000 so the walls can just sit there. Like, I don't want that. I want them going out like immediately. But in the time being, I'll have that as an option. So we want to do an encompassing one where it's like, DJ services, full light install, full LED wall install, and a floor, and give them a single price for that, and go from there. That's the plan. And I know there are some people that will take that. They will see the number, whatever the number may be. And in my mind, I mean, just ballparking. It's like $25K. $25K. So there's money to be made. There's money to be made. Okay. I don't need a fork. No, I don't need that yet. Stop trying to sell me a forklift. Are you a forklift retailer? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know what the problem is with this, G Diesel? The problem is, this is a thing. This is honestly a thing. Our guaranteed pricing is dumb expensive. Dumb expensive. And the only reason why we did that was to avoid having people thinking that whoever they request is guaranteed. So we said, fine, because we want the ability to be able to put anybody we want on your parties, because they're all great. And bar mitzvahs are different than weddings. Weddings, they really need that one specific person, and that's who they associate to. But for bar and bat mitzvahs, we're sending out packages based upon their questionnaires and all that stuff. So the DJ might be a different DJ. It could be if the client's like, we want to do a whole bunch of Persian music or Israeli music or this or that, I'm going to send different DJs to that. And if they can choose their DJs just because, they were cool on this party, they may not be good for your party. But when we raised our rates, we got more demand. This is no lie. Calilos in the building. What's going on, fam? This is absolutely no lie, because this happened yesterday. Okay. I tried to talk a person out of paying for the guarantee. You don't need that. this blah 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 blah. This will be fine. Whatever. Well, what's this? Well, it's this. Okay. So then so do the guarantee. Okay, you don't have to do the guarantee though. It's this is no. I want to make sure. Okay. I have never forced a single person to get the guarantee. Never. Not one time. Not one time. It's completely out of my hands. So when people are like, "Oh, well, you're too expensive, you're too that," I'm like, "There's another option. There's a cheaper option. It's like half the cost that you can get right there, and this will do you perfectly. All you got to do is get this one. Oh, you don't want that one? It's the same package. The only difference is you're paying more in this package, but you're getting the person you want. But that's the only difference. Oh, so you want to pay this package? Okay, that's on you. I did not make them buy it. So my conscience can be completely clean. I will take it and make a profit. I have no problem with that. Now, I say this because, again, I couldn't just say this is what it costs if we weren't, one of the top DJ companies in California for what we do. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. There are people right now that are considerably cheaper than us that if we're in the running, they won't even look at because of the quality of services that we put out. That's it. Our consistency. So to each their own, make your money, but our cost is our cost. And we know we're more than other people. I'm on the phone with people. They're like, "Oh my God, you're just kind of expensive." I know. Like literally, I've said that. I know it's expensive. It is what it is. If you don't book it, somebody else is going to pay that money. Bottom line. And it's not an ego. It's statistics. It's analytics. It's based upon real figures every single year. Sometimes I look at the calendar and I'm like, wow, it seems so light right now. And then 4 months before I look at the same calendar and it's like, we can't take any more bookings. It's just what it is. We try to do a good job. That's it. There's a DJ, there's a guy who did audiovisual when computers started, John Whitney Oscolo. I have that name. Sydney. Show Brothers, you know your home. What is that saying? You know your homework. I do. All right, let's see what else we got here. That's funny. Maybe one day. Maybe when we get the floors, I'll do a reel on one. That would be kind of funny. That would be funny. Okay. Yeah. This is it. This is it. When they stop paying it, when they stop demanding it, we'll take a look at the numbers again. But it's clearly what people want. People equate quality with cost. And I'm not saying everybody does. Not everybody does. So I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying here and be like, so I normally charge $1,200 for my packages, $3,000. Cleveland Terry said, this equates. No. Don't get it confused. You have to understand your market. You have to understand your market before you make those choices because it costs money. And I'm reading things and saying different things. Because every market is different. And we didn't start out in this market. When we first started out, there was another company that we had come from. So we started our company and we were either $800 to $1,000 less than them. And they got mad at us. And they actually said it. One of the guys flat out said, he goes, I don't have a problem with you starting your own company. He goes, but you need to be higher. And I said, well, why do we need to be higher? Well, because people are coming to us saying, well, I can get this company that's really good for, $1,000 cheaper. So either drop your price because, again, established companies always get, they always get kind of first selection. Okay, they get the benefit of the doubt because established companies have consistency. So they're like, I want to book you, but they're just as good as you, and they're $1,000 cheaper. What do you want to, can you lower your price? So they were frustrated with us. They're like, I wish you'd lower your price because you're forcing us to lower our prices. Our logic was the opposite. Why would we charge the same price you charge if we have no reputation? Nobody knows who we are. We're just coming in expensive. We're not going to get any bookings if we're the same price as you because you're the established company. So we came in lower, and we actually came in lower during the stock market housing bubble crash. So it was 2008, and we could go lower because we had day jobs. So me and my partner took $300 off the package. We're still fine, So we only paid ourselves $300 a party for like a year or two, and then when we got the second party, we charged. I think we took 500 or 600 per party. I mean per party basically, and we only got paid when we worked parties, not when we had parties. We only got paid, and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up from there. Now we get paid every week, same rate, every time, no matter what. Do you price by packs? What does that mean? Do I price by packages? Is that what you're saying, Stream Pat? But if business were fair, there'd be a lot more businesses in the world, But there's a reason that companies like, Walmart's, became big because they came in and they charged cheaper. No. I mean, yes and no. We have packages because we do bar mitzvahs. So every package, there's a specific set of things that they need. So we've had it priced out by the base packages, and then when you add dancers and so on, and then by our plus packs, which include like a whole bunch of add-ons, the most popular add-ons. Oh, you need a video screen for your montage. You need 15 uplights for your room. You need a photo booth. So we have that package. Everything else is custom. So no, not by person. I mean, it is by person, but it's built into the package. So you just never know. You never know. And all you can do is what's best for you, not what's best for the company you're competing against. So now fast forward to today, and I have clients every so often. It's like, hey, we're looking at this company too. Oh yeah, but they're cheaper than you. Okay, well, are they at the same level as us? I don't know. Maybe. I think so. Okay, what's the company's name? I don't want to tell you that. Well, if you want me to even work on pricing, you got to tell me who they are. I'm not just going to drop my price because you say some company is just as good as us. But I don't mind negotiating if they are of the same quality, or if like they're selling you something that maybe, oh, well, I can get theirs for this much. Okay, we'll match that price type thing. So, but every time, I look at it, if the company is not legit, no, sorry. We're not going to lower our price for that. No, because they're not the same talent as us. So if you can find somebody with the same talent, we'll work on pricing. But, you just found those people off Yelp. I'm not lowering my prices. And you have to decide when you want to do something, when you don't. And you should be able to feel that. Just yesterday, I was on a call with a client, and clearly they didn't have a lot of money. Okay. I could tell on the phone. I mean, you do this long enough, you know who's got money and who doesn't have money. All right. It's just facts. That's just what we learn as we build. And I could tell. So when they were like, oh, well, you think you can do this? You think you can do that? And I look at the month. It's April. It's Jewish holidays. So we're lighter in April anyway. And I'm looking at the date and I'm like, well, you're last minute. But we got 4 on the books. I'll take a 5th one. So I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what we can do. We'll do this. We'll throw on the uplights, and we'll do this, and you'll pay this much money. And, because you have to recognize some people have money, some people don't. You may be asking, do I charge more for a 500 person party versus 2? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What does that have to do with you? Well, okay, let me back up. All right. We charge the same price regardless because all of our packages are really for high-end clients. So a lot of these clients that are even coming in the lowest package, I only have 100 people. They're still paying the same amount as somebody else, okay? Just because they have 100 people versus the other client that has 140 people. If they're booking that base package, they're paying the same amount. Now, we will be flexible. And if we're like, oh, well, I only have 60 people, we'll knock off a dancer because it's overkill. You don't need it. But it's not like if they tell me, I mean, all of our systems can do 200 plus people. But let's just say we have one coming up this weekend or next weekend in Vegas. It's 300 people. Now, the amount that they paid us, we're just going to absorb that and just bring the larger speakers. But let's just say, for instance, they came in and they said, and initially, oh, it's only 130 people. Okay. We have our setup, whatever. If they tell me it's 300, I'm going to tell them very simply two different things. One, you don't have enough people, dancers, to support the amount of people you have. You're going to need to upgrade that. And two, you don't have enough speakers. You're going to want to do some sort of a backfill or something in there that can even out your system. And they'll go, oh, okay, well, then just charge me for that, you know? And if they tell me, no, it's okay, I don't want to pay the extra money, I tell them this. Well, that's fine. But like say, for instance, with the dancers, if you don't book the additional dancers with the amount of people you have and 300 people, I'm assuming you got like 150 kids, we are not going to have control of your party. So if you're fine with us not having control of your party, because they'll give me this shit. We don't need this. We don't need this. Our people dance. Well, okay, that's great. Your people dance. I'm happy. Quick question though. What if they don't? Well, what do you mean? Well, what if they don't dance? What's your contingency if they don't dance? Like if they're not really interested, like they need to be coerced. What's your contingency? Oh, that's why you need the people. It would be great in a perfect world that you would only just need a DJ and everybody just gets up when you hit play. You know, hit the play. They're like, ooh, music. And they just come to the dance floor. That's a perfect world. But that world doesn't exist. Does not exist. So if you want the more control, you're going to need a DJ, an MC, maybe a couple of dancers. For our market, weddings are different. So yeah, I don't charge more, but I will tell them the bigger they get, if they're like adamant about something, how much we're able to do for that. Because I've had people, look, we won't even do dancers, bar mitzvahs without dancers, unless it's like 50 to 70 people party. We won't do it because we know what happens every time we do it. Every time. You know what the funny thing about this is? There are multiple people online telling me I'm wrong. Telling me, oh, it is. Of course they can do that many people. Of course they can do entertainers. We have entertainers. We do bar mitzvahs. We're a full service company. Stream Paint. Yeah. The QSCs can absolutely do that. I saw one person. They referenced another person on there, and they said, "Oh, well, I guess you should tell them, you know, what you did with your QSCs." And they were on a party, and apparently there was like 400 people on this party, and the girl said, she was a DJ. She said, "Oh yeah, well, we brought subs. We didn't even need them. It was it was too much. It was too much with the QSC K12s with almost 400 people." I didn't even respond. I didn't respond because, as I said in the video, which a lot of people need to actually watch the video. If you didn't watch the video, I break it down. Again, if you think the sound is good, then the sound is good. It's your party, not mine. But when I'm DJing, I need to hear my sound a certain way. And if it doesn't sound that certain way, I don't want it on my parties. That's it. Again, you could do 300 people, what's some Evolve 50s? You could. You absolutely could. But should you? You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, those KC-12s, I'm sure you could use them for 300 to 500 people, but should you? Is it in your best interest, and is it in the client's best interest? Again, people will dance to the worst sounding shit. I know this for a fact. I did a pro bono event for the fires, the multiple fires we had in LA, and I did a pro bono event for a church, a huge church in Southern Cal that was like, we're going to invite everybody for free. We're just going to come in here. We're going to give donations and give food and all that stuff for the needy, for the hungry. Can you help out? And I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll help out. I'm like, you just got to cover the cost of the person, which was me, but whatever, cover the cost of the person and we'll go from there. Like I charged them a quarter of what I would normally charge for that same service because it was 2 days. It was Friday and Saturday. Now, their thing was, well, you can do this. We have speakers here that we can use. I'm like, what do you have? We have QSCs. And at first he was like, I think they're 12s or 15s. I'm like, well, they'll make 15s. I know. He says, I think they're 12s. I said, okay, great. Yeah, I'll just use yours. I knew it was going to be, who knows if they're going to dance or not. Anyway, I got there. I brought my lights, but I didn't bring any speakers. And they had the QSC 10s. QSC 10s. So for the first day, I only had 2 QSC 10s for it was probably a 30 by 30 dance floor. All right. Now, I thought it sounded like crap. I tweaked it and made it good enough. Okay. But it didn't sound great. Were people still on the dance floor? Yes. Yes, they were. 2 QSC 10s still on the dance floor. They danced the whole night. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you could do it, but if this were mine only, when I came back the next day, I brought subs in just to balance it out a little bit. Small subs, but I brought subs in. So my whole point is, yes, I'm sure you could use them with 300 to 500 people. I just don't think you should. No, I'll hear them one day. And they kept saying the same thing in their comments. It was so clear. God damn it! If I hear so clear one more time, yes, your speakers should be clear. You're right. They should sound crisp. When you're on the microphone, they should sound good. You're absolutely right. But that's not the whole thing. What do the subs sound like? Oh, they sound good. They're full. I heard them. I know exactly what they're going to sound like because I've heard enough column arrays. Anyway, again, the right application. If you tell me that's for 100 to 120 people, 100%. 100% the KC-12s will do just fine. So will an LD28G3 or an Evolve 50, they'll do just fine for 100, 120, squeak it out 130 if the room's not too big. 100%. But you got a big room, you got 175, 200 people, and they are a dancing crowd that understand. And I think that's another thing. Like, I don't know, maybe Southern California is just a different market for what people think sounds good. Yeah, people will be the first to be like, turn it up, do this, do that. And maybe because there's a lot more clubs here, so a lot of my clientele went to nightclubs when they were younger because it's SoCal. You throw a stick, you're going to hit a nightclub, especially back in the, 90s and 2000s. So maybe a lot of my clients went to clubs and they just have a different feel for what it should sound like. I don't know, but I do know that the only thing I ever hear is your sound sounds better than every DJ that's ever been in this room. And I get that from like venue coordinators, catering staff. That says a lot to me. I'd rather have too much than not enough. That's it. That's it. So the right application, the KC12s will be fine. And I thought I said that in the video. I thought I said that, you know, but people need to defend their own purchases. So they have to, you know, go into a mode. So again, they work for you. Good. I'm glad they work for you. That way your clientele won't bleed into my clientele, or vice versa. I thought about it. I think it's kind of corny, in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna do it, I don't know. I don't like to sell. I don't get me wrong. Selling is not the right word. I feel like a lot of these people, every time I see them, they pop up on Instagram and I'm doing this. It feels like they're pandering. And I don't know, man. I feel like I have a successful enough business that, like, I don't want to pander. You know what I mean? Every time I see it, it feels desperate. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong. I'm just saying, for me, when I see it, my first reaction is it feels desperate. So if I'm going to do one, I'm going to take my time with it. It's going to be truly educational, you know? And yes, Keith just knows. Yeah. Can't stand it. So, but maybe a little later when I start thinking back and I kind of go back, and maybe I'll do like a, you know, history of like how I became who I am type thing. Maybe I can do something like that. There's something like that. But we'll see. This is true. What the subs feel like? Look, I don't want to keep talking about the KC12s unless they send them to me, which they probably won't. But I thought it was weird that the people that were responding had them so quickly. But then I also thought it was weird that all of like the last 5 reels they posted was all about the same party. I thought that was weird too. So there's little things where I'm like, are you a plant? Did they give those to you? You know what I mean? So but I'm not assuming, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's what it felt like to me. Okay. Yesterday when I was testing out the 70s and the 90s and the Mauis and the QSCs in my warehouse, I had to tell my partner to turn everything off. I'm like, you got to stop now. It's giving me a headache. It's too much. As I said before, spoiler alert, the 70s and 90s are very good. They're very good. Now, I will break down everything. Again, very good in my warehouse. I'll tell you more. The review will come out in a week and a half. I have 3 parties where I'm going to review the 90s. I'll review the 70s too, but I think that's a separate video. I just want to do the 90s first, because I think that's the one that everybody's kind of looking at and waiting for. You know, I think there are already 15-inch column arrays. They already exist. You know, so I think but there are no 18s, and I think people are really, really interested in that one. So those are the ones I'm testing first. And I have, like I told people earlier, I have 3 rooms, 3 definitively different rooms. One room, the great equalizer. If they do well in that room, they'll do well anywhere. But I have been impressed with the sound coming out of them. And it actually shocked me on a couple of things, which we'll talk about. So the main review for the 90s will go out like in a week and a half. We will get a shootout video done. If you guys were here earlier, you know how busy I am this weekend. But if I can do a shootout, I want to do a shootout of, and I've already done partially a shootout, but I'm going to do an official shootout for, I want to compare the EV, the 90s to a point source. I'll also compare them to the 44s, but in reality, the 70s are really the comparison with the 44s. Like 100%. The 70s and the 44s are in the same class. So if you like the 44s, you're going to want to hear what I have to say in this video. And hear with your own ears also. What else? I don't think I might do a 28 G3, maybe, but I don't know. I think we know it's going to be louder, you know. But I've already seen things that I've been like, interesting. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for these reviews. These are going to be good. But yeah, we had them plugged into an S9 mixer going right out. So I mean, yeah, you're still going to be listening to them via your headphones, but I don't think people are actually trying to hear them per se, but to actually hear my opinion on them. So even though the sound may or may not be, I mean, some things are going to be absolutely obvious, and it shocked me. I was shocked at what I heard. Shocked. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. This is gonna be a good video. Yeah. So there'll be 3 videos. One comparison video, maybe even 2. We'll see. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the 70s and the 90s and all 3 of those together and keep them on the same plane and make it even. But I think a lot of people are looking at the 90s going, can I replace my point source with them? I think that's the big question mark. You're going to be surprised. Okay. Your boy Nick has already spit on the 70s and 90s. Well, again, like I said before, it's because he hadn't heard them. He's 100% in this respect. He's 100% in this respect incorrect about the sound of them. What you hear is accurate. The stuff that people are talking about outside is accurate. They are good. The question is, are they good enough to replace what you already have? Or are they good enough to upgrade? That's the question I'm going to be answering in the videos. All right. But you need to go to the videos. All right. Let's see here. Do I stream? No, I don't stream. We don't stream at all for that stuff. Yeah, nobody really asks because everybody's already there. Okay, let's see here. All right, G-Fire. I just built a pedestal style DJ booth. Should I raise my prices and make it standard setup or upcharge for the booth if they want it as an option? This is a very, very good question because we do run into this very same thing. This is what I would do. Okay. And you have wiggle room if you do it this way. Put it on your brochure as like, as an upgrade. Okay. Maybe you charge an additional $200, $250. Maybe you do. Okay. You just have it on there as an upgrade. But for the time being, you bring it out on every party. So then if somebody says, oh, I thought this was an upgrade, you can say, oh, I'm also marketing it, so I want people to see it, so then I can upgrade it later on. But absolutely have it there as an upgrade because maybe a party planner will call you and then they'll just book the booth as an upgrade and not even think twice about it. You get it? So that's what I would do. Music performance license is priced by the capacity. Music performance license does not mean anything to DJs because we're not required to have a music performance license. The music license comes from the venue, not the DJ. So I don't really care what they pay. They're paying it, not me. Yep, definitely got to add for travel. we're doing an event. We have an event in, where are we? Idaho. We got a bar mitzvah in Idaho. Who would have thought there were Jews in Idaho? But we got a bar mitzvah in Idaho, and I'm trying to find okay. I'm gonna say something, then I'm gonna move on. So I need to find a AV company to do my install for me. So I threw it out to one of the to Rachel's group and the DJ help desk, and I got some good people. Some people had DM'd me like, "Oh, call this person and call this person." Okay, great, thank you. So I get a guy in the comments, and he's like, "Hey, I do this too. This is what I have." I'm like, "Oh, great." He goes, "Yeah, I'm like 4 hours away from the venue." Okay, 4 hours. Now, I do a lot of out-of-state events. When they are that far away, typically there is an excessive delivery fee put on it. Okay, so all I said was, "Hey, your stuff looks great, but being 4 hours away, I'm assuming you're going to have to charge a really big fee." And then he responds and he says, he goes, "There's nobody near where you're going to be. I mean, maybe 2 hours away, but I don't know. And 2 hours is a big difference from 4 hours. Okay, keep that in mind. But I don't know what they charge. I don't know the quality of their service, right?" And he goes, so good luck. I'm like, first off, don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. I know a dismissive good luck when I hear a dismissive good luck. Don't be an asshole, because honestly, your argument already right there said enough. I'd be like, "Hey, well, what do you charge?" But now you're being an asshole for no reason. You're 4 hours away. You're going to charge more. I've already charged the client for a window. So if you come in and you're like, "Oh, it's going to be another $1,500 for me to deliver it," I'm not going with you. But give me the option. You haven't even given me any prices yet. I don't know what you charge. But you're already coming off like an asshole. Good luck. Kick rocks. I'll go with somebody that's 2 hours closer that I know exactly what they're offering. Yeah, I can't. And I even was nice about it. I said, "Look, I don't know the area. So cool. Because I don't know the area, because I don't live in the goddamn state. I don't know the area." And I said, "DM me and we'll talk about it." No response. He was so offended that I said, "Are you going to charge more for being so far away?" Kick rocks. Okay. Now let me back up for 1 second. 1 second. The single reason he was being an asshole, the single reason, okay? In that forum, I signed up via my personal account. Now, my name is Cleveland Terry Bowens, okay? But my family and friends have always called me Terry. My family and friends. That's the key word here. Anytime somebody calls me Terry, I'm like, "You don't really know me. I know for a fact. You just think Cleveland's not my name." So my family and friends call me Terry. So when I signed up for it, Terry Bowens is the name. And of course, I could have put a C in front of it or whatever, and Cleveland Terry Bowens just kept that way. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Every time I respond to people, first response from them is basically, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about," and blah, 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 blah. Every time. As soon as they know it's me. "Oh, well, I can help you. Oh, I'll do it for free. Oh, blah, blah, blah." You know how annoying that is? Be the same. Just be a good person. Don't be nice to me now because I got some popularity. That's trash. That is trash. You get what I'm saying? Frustrating. It's so frustrating. But I don't change the name. I don't even say anything. As a matter of fact, when I posted the video, about the QRC, and I'm like, I got to get this off my chest, right? But it was posted by Terry Bowens, and then the video was in the thing. I'm in that forum all the time. and I got like 40 follows on Facebook. I don't really let people follow me on my personal account. I really don't, because I don't want to be, in all honesty, I don't want to be disappointed in how dumb most people are. Oh, because I get a lot of people, they're MAGA, they're this or that. I'm like, I don't want to, you can be MAGA. You can do whatever you want. I am absolutely not going to see your MAGA bullshit all over my page. So a lot of people I cut loose. If I see somebody saying dumb shit, I cut them loose. I'm like, this is my family page. This is my family and friends. I don't need to see this on here. If I want to see that, I'll go to Threads or X or something like that. Not on my personal page where I put pictures of my children. Not going to happen. So I probably have on my personal Facebook page 500 people that are waiting for me to accept. I don't even look at it. I've seen too many. My experience has been, in general, a lot of people think a very different way than I do. So I just say, it's better to just back off. It's better. Anyway. So, oh, that's funny, Matthew. They know, man. They know. And somebody like Matthew, okay? Matthew sends in a follow. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, because I know the person he is. Because Facebook, to me, and everybody's different, but to me, this is where you're supposed to get real people. I already have bad enough with dumbass people from school that I've been kicking out. That you used to hang with. You were best buddies. And all of a sudden now their real information comes out. Nope, you can go. I don't need to see you. I don't need to hear from you. You're not a part of my life, so why do I need to have that stress on me? No, thanks. Anyway, so, but I don't know the prices. And generally speaking, the prices out of state are cheaper than in Cali and in Vegas and the Bay Area. So I know it's going to be cheap regardless, but just, give me a price. Hey man, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I can do this for this, whatever. Fair. If it's not enough, it's fine. But don't act like, look, okay, I'm going to come off sounding like an asshole, so I'm going to stop. Anyway, let's see here. I just think it's funny. I think it's very funny because I'll literally post on somebody's thing. They'll say something. I'm like, actually, that's not true. This is the facts. Yada, yada, yada. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. I know for a fact I got my thing from this person and this person. I'm like, oh, you got it from that person? Because I got it from the source. So why are you arguing with me? Bro, I look, man, and I literally had people say, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see who's telling the truth or not. I'm like, dude, are you? And I have to say, dude, I'm Cleveland Terry. I think I know what I'm talking about. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's really what you think? You think that's going to happen? Oh, that's too bad. It's a lot. It can be a lot. I get it. That makes sense. I completely understand. Yeah, that's why I have a Cleveland Terry page. Like, just follow that one. Follow that one. You'll only see stuff related to DJing and stuff like that. Isn't that what you want? Like, come on. Anyway, let's see. Kylie, where are you at? I thought I just saw. Hold on. Are you in that area, Kylie? Well, and that's fair. You don't have to, but there is a difference between having something of furniture and having, a facade. There is a difference. And if it costs you more to transport, if it costs you more to do these things, I don't have a problem with that. I don't. Now, like I said, take it regardless. But if somebody's looking at your brochure and they're like, oh, I'd like to have that one. Or say, for instance, on our brochure, we're about to add an all white package. All white. There's going to be a fee attached. People will take it. People will absolutely take it. So why not make a little more money? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I would never get a photo booth. It's expensive and humans do inappropriate things. Bro, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table. I'm just saying. Again, remember, if you are concerned with people doing inappropriate things, well, there's two things. One, first off, you have control over that photo booth in the media that you send back to the client. If you see something inappropriate, you can just delete it and then send them the pictures without the thing. But also, you get yourself an operator, you pay him a couple of $100 to be there for the night, to run it, to stand there, to make sure that nobody's doing anything inappropriate, and make your money. Don't just pass it up because of what people could do. Make your money, man. Make your money. And they're not expensive. They are actually not expensive because, as I said earlier in the show, you don't. Okay, just because you're solo doesn't mean you can't bring people on as helpers. My wife runs one of my photo booths, and my partner's wife runs the other one, and then we have more people when we need to go over. Get a friend. Get somebody. I'll tell them to put a black solo shirt, a black polo shirt on, and some black pants, and have them just stand there. Look, again, I get it if you feel like it's just out of it, but honestly, photo booths will pay for themselves in literally three or four rentals. Will pay for themselves completely. 3 or 4 rentals. So you don't need family, DJ. You don't need family. Okay. You need to put an ad in Craigslist or in some help thing, or go to a find, your Chamber of Commerce. There's people looking to work. People looking to work out there, man. One of the things I learned early on, and I still struggle with, is wanting to control everything. There's a big thing, me wanting to have my hands in everything. But at a certain point, if you want to grow, you're going to have to let other people take some of the responsibilities from you. And you won't be able to grow if you can't bring on add-ons. The add-ons are where the profit comes from, because you can only charge so much for your DJ services. At a certain point, you're going to max out. So you're going to need those little things that you can make more money on. Again, as I said earlier in the show, our DJ company is successful, pays for everything. We get a salary, but in order to make more money, we invested in the walls, we invested in the lighting, we invested in the photo booths. So then we could get raises without having to take from the main source of income of our company. You're not going to be able to do it because remember, you're a one man. Okay. Typically, if you're a one man, you're going to make a fixed amount every time. If you want to make more money, you either got to bring somebody on or you got to sell some stuff. If you bring somebody on, now you're a multi-op. You bring a couple of people, now you're getting profit off of those. Smaller amounts, but you're getting profit off of those. So, we could talk about this all day, DJ, but I'm going to say this. And this is me being positive, okay? But if you go through life with a negative cloud over you, for instance, your statement here, I would do photo booth if the client wants it. The client doesn't know they want it until you show them. But you've already, based upon the things you've said, you've already dismissed it. So you have to find a place that will enable you to, do more. That's the only way to make more money. You could, because DJ, where are you, by the way? What state are you in? And of course, look, of course, again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. Okay. I'm just going off of the experience of literally building a company from zero to nothing. That's all I'm saying. So, some people are like, oh, I know speakers better than you. I know this better than you. Absolutely. You probably do. But running this business, the one that everybody's here for, I am proof positive that what I say works. Now, maybe not work at the level that I'm operating at, but it does work. It does work. And there's a reason when you go to Mobile Entertainment Expo, DJs go. They're buying photo booths. They're buying photo booth props. They're doing all these things. But I guarantee you, I could throw something on Facebook right now like, hey, I need a photo booth operator that can just stand there and make sure people don't do dumb stuff for 3 hours. And who can do it? I'm paying this much. I guarantee you I would get responses. Guaranteed. Okay, let's see here. Xiaomi introduces earbuds Pro and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth with almost no latency. One of the first headphones with an open Wi-Fi network, unlike Pioneer. That's encouraging. Okay, there's a couple of companies coming out. There's a couple of companies that are doing it. AI, however you pronounce them, or IAI. Excuse me. They have some. I think they're sending me something. Yeah, Pioneer has them. Obviously, X5 has their version of them, which I use consistently every weekend, and they do the job. But it won't matter. Earbuds to me are concerning because I like a certain earbud. So I just need something that's going to have zero latency, like completely zero latency, in a body pack. That's the key for me. I do both, Keith. My software can do both. So, for the traditional ones, I do iPads. For just the basic, it's bar mitzvah, here's your blah, 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 iPads. If it's like super high end, I can move to DSLR just by plugging it in. So, I have both options. Yeah. So if somebody's like, I want something a little better. Okay, cool. We'll do this. Done. All right. All right. Oh, see, I think Keith, you got my rain from yesterday because it was at 1 a.m. It was coming down yesterday like crazy. But my grass thanks you. Thanks the weather, I should say. Okay. I think, did I just see him post something? Where did it go? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I met with them at NAMM. They seem like real good guys, small company, but they're doing some really good stuff. So I'm definitely interested. But here's the thing. Once you go in-ears, it is damn hard to go back to over-the-ear cans. It is damn hard. Oh, okay. All right. Well, remember, it's been raining for the past 3 days, but it got dry for a couple of hours. And then at about 1 o'clock, the new storm rolled in. So I don't know if that's the storm that rolled in from us to you. That's all I'm saying. I have no idea. I'm not a meteorologist. David Dean, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. My daughter appreciates you. People think that I'm rolling in money. Not yet. That's the plan. That's what I'm building towards. Right now, I'm doing fine, but I could be doing a lot better. I want that lot better money attitude. That I'm not bothered by anything. Plus, we're all getting older. And I'm trying to I got a bat mitzvah this year. Everything's expensive this year. My kid has dance nationals. Is it Vegas or San Diego? I can't remember, but that's in June. Then we have her bat mitzvah in August. Shit is expensive. And then I got kids, college stuff to pay for. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. So What I'm building for right now, I'm building for my retirement. That's it. My retirement. And I can still go out and do things, but I'll have people that are just, that are doing everything, and I'm just being a foreman. That's it. I'm building towards my retirement. I want the next 25 years to just be, money coming in. No. What do you mean no? I got to retire at some point. I mean, I won't retire from DJing, but at a certain point, you do age yourself out. At a certain point, I'm not there yet. And based upon what I've seen every time I go to conferences, I mean, there's people still DJing at 65, 70 years old. I mean, I don't know how old Big Daddy is, but Big Daddy's still working his butt off, So look, there's a window. There's a window. I mean, but we're LA here. The market is very fickle. Very fickle. Okay, let's see here. I'm young 20s. Good. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. So if you're young 20s, this is what you do. I already talked about this earlier, okay? I already talked about this, but I'll tell you what I told earlier. If you want to do photo booths, right, and you don't have the money to do photo booths right now, okay? You partner up with another small or medium, whatever, photo booth company. Let's say they typically charge, $800 for their photo booth. You come in and you say to them, I want to book you for all my photo booths. You're going to charge your same rate. However, instead of the $800 you make, you're going to make $650. And I'm going to take the $150 as a finder's fee. Okay? Take that money. Don't spend it. Take that money, put it to the side, and keep accumulating it until it's enough money to where you're like, okay, I will put my half in and the half I've made from there. And now you have a photo booth. Now, it's on your brochure, so people know you have a photo booth, so they're not going to know the difference. Do I have photo booth recommendations? There's thousands of photos. If you go to the Mobile Entertainment Conference, there's a photo booth company for everything. I use a company called Moby Booth, but there's Moby Booth. There's so many photo booths out there. Now, here's the thing. This is the thing you have to realize. The photo booths are just shells. They're just shells. So you're going to have to get a software. So in all the photo booths, typically, are iPad based or whatever, they're all going to run the same software. So like I use Snappic. I'm going to go over to Curator. I'm going to check it out after this month. But I'm going to check out Curator also. So an average photo booth, $1,500 to $2,000. That's how much they cost. The shell alone. And if you go to Mex, whatever, you can probably get them for $15, maybe a little cheaper, depending on the company or whatever they're doing. So it's out there. It's out there. Anyway. It's very interesting. DJ's comments are coming and going. Like I see them and then they disappear. It's very weird, unless he's deleting them. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's see here. God, I hate when it jumps like this. I don't know. Talk to Pioneer. Where did it go? I just saw DJ. Send me where did it go? I like my Shure in-ears. Hey, the Shure 535s are great. Look. I have my first pair of in-ears were the Shure SE 535s. Love them. Off the shelf, they're one of the best off the shelf. But they're not as good as the ones I'm using now. Okay, what would you choose? Where did Simeon go? Where did your post go? I saw you had a question. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Do you do parties for any celebrities with you living in California? I'm not laughing because of your question. I'm laughing because I have NDAs on all of them. But I will tell you, yes, I do parties for celebrities all the time. That's the market we're in. So I can just give you names. Let's see here. I've done all of Adam Sandler's bat mitzvahs. We've done Will Smith, not bar mitzvah, obviously. Cedric the Entertainer. A lot of movie and music execs. Beyonce and Jay-Z. We do all of their kids' parties. As a matter of fact, we're doing another one for their lawyer coming up. I'm not giving any dates or days or anything because I don't want people, like popping out and going someplace. So yes, we do a lot of people. What was our apartments for? We did for what's the girl from 40-year-old virgin, but this is 40. Married to Judd. Is she the one married to Judd Apatow? No. That's somebody else. The lady who played, what is her name? I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, the answer is yes. Do I do consultations? I would like to. I just don't have the time right now. When everything gets more balanced, where is my laptop? I'm waiting for my laptop to be delivered. It's not here yet. Where is my laptop? Don't they have like a, hold on, Apple? You better come today. I'm gonna be pissed off. Shipment on its way. Expected today. And that is from today. Track package. Let's see where it is. I know this is so entertaining for you guys. I don't want to take phone calls. I want to see where my computer is. Arrives today. In case you guys were wondering, for all you people that came later. All right. Selmar offer delivery at 9:21. Expected between 11:45 and 2:45. Okay. I bought a beast of a computer. Stop vibrating. I bought a new Apple 16-inch. Stop vibrating. New Apple 16-inch M4 Max, 64 gigs of RAM, 4 terabyte hard drive, coming today. I'm very excited. So to answer your question, this will not stop vibrating. I think I caught a loop. It is still vibrating. Son of a bitch. Shut it down. There it goes. Okay. Yeah. So that's where I am. I'm very excited for it to come today. I'm not excited for the size difference, but it is what it is. I use AI to generate 50 songs from 1959 of this genre and then sort it through the results. What? What does that even mean? Did I miss something? Or are you a bot? Have you used AI to prep music? Have I used AI to prep music? Why? What purpose does that serve? I mean, I guess the thought process would be, you're young, and you don't have the experience to know what was popping in, the 50s and 60s. That's my guess. I don't have that. I ain't afraid of no AI. What is happening here? What is happening here? Look, I don't have a problem with AI. Okay, I don't. But my problem with AI is when people use AI to do the jobs for them. Because, okay, fine. Let's say, for instance, all right, and look, I'm making an assumption right now. You may not be this person. Let's say you use AI and go, hey, give me the top songs for the 50s and 60s, and AI goes to ChatGPT and pulls it down and goes, these are the popular songs. And you just go and you download those songs and you put them in a folder. Then you get to your party and they're like, hey, 50s and 60s, let's go. And you start playing stuff and people are like, not that one. Not that one. Not. If you don't know the music, it doesn't matter what AI does for you. If you don't listen, hear, understand, it does not matter what AI does for you. You still need to DJ. You still need to know your music. You still need to know where the breakdowns are and the bridges are, and the intros. Not gonna matter. Because if you're not doing that and you're just pulling the songs down and playing them from start to finish all the way through, you're Spotify. And Spotify already has AI. So why don't you just have the client book Spotify? Just an opinion. Leslie Mann, thank you. But it but it was the other one, not Leslie Mann. It was the other one. I just can't think of her name right now. She was also Power Rangers. Was that Leslie Mann? No, the main lady from Power Rangers. She's been in a whole bunch of stuff, but for whatever reason, the Power Rangers one is sticking in my head. How do you manage uploading YouTube videos of a gig log without copyright? Oh, that's easy. You don't play songs long enough to get registered. That's it. You can't, you play a whole song, you're going to get, and again, you can still upload the video. And unless you're playing something that is like a big trigger for YouTube where it says, oh, we're not allowed to allow you to post this anywhere. Most of the time they'll say, oh, you're just demonetized. You can't receive money, but we're going to keep the video up there. Elizabeth Banks. Thank you, T Diesel. That's why you're my mod. Yeah, we did her daughter's bat mitzvah literally like 3 months ago. So yeah, we do a lot. And one of our main party planners, our major party planners, is like, we did, I don't know why I'm drawing names on superstars today. Kim Kardashian, not her specifically, but her party planner, books us all the time. So we'll walk into things not even knowing that it's like, oh, it's this person. Cause sometimes they don't tell you, it's all India until you get there. But like, what the last party I did, it was Kim Kardashian's best friend who used to be on the show with her. We did her bar mitzvah. So Kim and her mom were there. And, I don't usually like googly eyes and, Kim's attractive, whatever, but there's a lot of attractive people out there. I'm gonna tell you this, in real life, she's just as flawless. It's crazy. It is crazy how flawless she is. Like, it caught me off guard because normally you're like, okay, yeah, you got makeup on and all this stuff. She is flawless. Best the money can buy. Anyway, I do say that. Prep is fine. There's a lot of things out there. It's Crate Hackers. You can use Mix and Key. You can even use what's the Lexicon? Lexicon's another one that gives you referrals. Like you can put in a list and then go, find this for me, and it'll pull up a Spotify list. So yeah, they're all there. You should absolutely use it if you can. But it should never replace your ability to DJ. Never, ever. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. I have 3 minutes and then I have a 1 o'clock conference call. So any question, let me know. Any question. Yeah. So, and again, Biggie Small says Cleveland Terry dropping names. Look, if you guys know this about me, I think you guys have all been with me long enough to know I fully understand what it is that I have and that I do, but I don't let that define who I am. because I know companies out there that have also, even before we came in, they were, they did big stars or whatever. They had the worst attitudes. They were the biggest assholes. And I never wanted to be that person. You can be successful and do all these things and still be easy to talk to and be a good person, because your job doesn't define you. YouTube doesn't define me. I'm still going to be me with or without YouTube, with or without my DJ company. Because even before that, I was successful in, the private sector. Now, not ego, understanding of who I am. So yes, ego, but not negative ego, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyway, Audio One in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. You caught me on the end. We didn't have a late day today. We didn't have a late day today. We're right on time. So I'm sure you'll go back and watch. Look, people keep deleting their chats. I'm watching it happen. They'll say something and then I'll go back and it's gone. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it. Ring Central, Julie Rosenberg, 1:00. I really want my laptop. I'm gonna strangle my wife. In a good way. If Pablo were here, it'd be bad. Anyway, see? No, it was the one from the movies. They already got it. Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth Banks is one we did. But yeah, we've done tons of people, or tons of people have been to the parties we've been at. Like, it is what it. Look, this is all I'll say about doing like super high end, super celebrity parties. Okay, bottom line. Most of the time, they're not very fun. Yes, we get to put that on the thing and say, we've done parties for all of this and this corporation, we've done Netflix and all these things. Like, we can say all of this, but they're usually not very fun. Unfortunately. I mean, that's just the facts of life. They're usually completely overproduced. People are being bougie. They don't want to show themselves having a good time. So we do Beyonce's and Jay-Z's parties all the time. And, but the thing I know why, they never announce their parties. Like, they'll book us like a week before their parties. Okay. But then you'll go to the party and it was clearly all the best of everything. Okay. They just want to be regular people. They want to be regular people, go on a conga line, have fun, just like everybody else. But when you do these like super elaborate ones, dude, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. I haven't said one thing that can come back to me and hurt me. Not one thing. It's not illegal. Your NDAs are not about your NDAs that you sign are about details. Like, don't take any pictures. Don't tell people where this is. Don't tell people any times. All that stuff. Don't post any pictures. That's what the NDAs are for. I can tell a story about the fact that they are our clients. That's not a lie. Because it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. And in all honesty, I don't need to. All those celebrities know who we are, and they tell all their friends and all the party planners. They just continue to book us. We've never done one iota of marketing in the 17 years we've been in business. Not $1 spent in marketing. Well, maybe a couple of Instagram sponsored things or whatever, the Facebook. We did Yelp for a minute to get us on others, but we've never done anything. We've never done any conferences, never done anything. It works for us. It's not going to work for everybody, but it works for us. Yeah, but we don't. And and I think that's one of the reasons that maybe people continue to book us, because we don't brag about it. We don't show everybody, hey, look what we're doing. Look what we're doing. We're doing all this. We don't do it. So they know that their information is safe and we can be trusted. See the difference? You know, there's tons of people out there that do a whole bunch of big shit that you never know because they never say a word. That's how they keep working. I mean, look, we do bar and bat mitzvahs and like that kind of stuff. So the kids are going to post things left and right anyway, you know? Oh, the Shazam kid, we did his sisters or cousins. So he was at the party. He had posted, oh, I'm going to my cousin's bat mitzvah. And he was like right in front of the venue and he posted it. When I tell you, like 100 girls showed up outside trying to get into the room. So people are crazy. That's why we sign NDAs, to protect that. Yeah, a lot of times you can't post them. A lot of times. Anyway, I do have to go. I got a call right now. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out today as always. I'm very excited. Like I said before, we'll do some sound tests in warehouse, so not definitive because I'm going to do a full-on review soon. I know I have the DJ Pro review to do also. Just got really, really busy, guys. I'm just really busy. So we'll do a quick run through of both the 90s versus a point source. So I'm going to point source. I'm going to do a comparison of the QSCs in the 90s, the EV90s. I'm going to do a comparison of the EV70s versus the 44Gs, and maybe a couple more here and there. Anyway. All right, guys, I can't talk anymore. I can't talk about all the things that I've said I was going to do and I haven't done yet because that's all of the stuff that whatever happened is exactly what happened. I just have to do them. I just need time. Right now, I have to use WMX because a lot of my lighting installs require me to really be able to pinpoint everything. And the Maestro is not good for that. So, you know, to each their own. Anyway, I got to run. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out today. Have great parties. I'm going to try. Like I said, 2 video walls on the same day. This is the first time we've done one where I'm not on the wall. So trust me when I tell you, I'm nervous as all shit. Everybody hit the like button on their way out. And we will see you next Thursday. And then whatever videos are coming beforehand. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a great day.